So one way to look at this is that each market has a personality. So for example, I've been in marketing for over 25 years, and we have to do this routinely when we're identifying the markets that we're going to serve. We're trying to think about how are they going to predict, what's their perceptions that they're going to have, what's their key behaviors that they're going to have. Now, if I were trying to look at a banking personality, now what kind of person invests in money? So what kind of personality would they want for you? Do you want somebody who's highly creative? Maybe if they're an investment banker, they'd want some creativity there. But generally, they're going to want a high degree of orderliness, conscientiousness, agreeableness. Those are the type of things that they might. They might even like some idea of, depending on the investor, what if it's an investor who wants a more aggressive portfolio? They're going to want you to have a little bit more extroversion, more optimism, more sense of adventure and creativity. But what if they're a conservative investor? Well, that conservative investor portfolio is going to want a little bit of neuroticism. How can I protect you against danger? Do we withdraw our funds from the market? Is it now is the time to put into the market because it's less dangerous? You can see how the personality of the different groups that you were, even in this financial sector, might react, and what personalities they might want for you as a team. So it's kind of a hypothetical discussion to have, but you can see how it's going to play out. Like, what kind of personality would someone want in the motion picture industry? They're going to want somebody who's risk-taking, creative, maybe has strong, energetic empathy and social skills that can project different kind of characters. So it's going to create a different profile of what they want and what they want to see. What is your audience? Are they an audience that wants adventure? Are they an audience that wants a very classic tale of drama and emotion and heartfelt thinking? So all of these things need to be engaged with. Even in the same marketplace, there could be different types of audiences that you might have, different types of communities that you might have, depending on the type of project you're going to launch. So you can see how this dynamic is starting to set up and how it could be really important for you as a team, as an organization, to start engage with who your community looks like. So let's take another profile. What if your marketing was to daycare centers, childcare centers? If I'm bringing my child to you, what kind of characteristics do I want in you? I want you to be highly conscientious. I want you to be agreeable and compassionate, high in compassion towards my child. I want you to be orderly, though, and keep everything in order and make sure it's safe. I want you to have a certain degree of neuroticism, like, and be careful that there are no dangers in my child's world. So these are all things that this type of marketplace, I as a parent would want this group to have. So you can see how that dynamic is different than the banking sector, different than the entertainment sector, different type of community, different kind of team. I want you to also think about maybe you're serving not somebody way, way far out there. Everyone does to a certain extent, but a lot of times when you're within an organization, you're serving the next team on the manufacturing line. So what is the personality of that team? What is the personality of the quality control guy? What things are they looking for? What do they want us to be? If you're handing off like a creative script, well, they're going to want you to be creative. If you're handing a manufactured product, they're going to want you to be very detailed oriented and get that job done right. So think about the person that you're serving within your organization. Like if you're the HR director, you might be serving your people and you're doing certain things to hold them to compliance, to payroll, to benefits, and to maybe creating culture too. So these are all areas of how you serve. So that comes to you with this question. How can we best serve our community with our personality as a team, as an individual? So you can see how this is going to create interesting, dynamic conversations. You know your personality and you know your team's personality. You can start to speculate as to what your community's personality is, because you now have tools to be able to discuss these real words, real subtraits that every person has. And so this kind of language gives you categories to be able to discuss this and formulate this whole picture of how this dynamic is going to work within your organization in relationship to your community so that we can get this whole picture together. What is the weaknesses of your team? How could your team interact better? Or how is our team going to struggle to interact with people? Maybe you're a highly creative, innovative personality types because you have high extroversion and you're low in agreeableness and you're high in openness, but you're serving in financial markets. Well, use all that creativity to create the stability that your team wants. So you're creatively creating stability. So those are all different ways to look at your weaknesses and how to solve the problems of your relationship within your community. And so that the whole point is that we have this dynamic that we've talked about here several times, how the team and the community and the individual all work together in a dynamic revolving around a VP culture where everyone feels valued and everyone is engaging with the other person.